Hello, welcome again to another day of classes. Today we're going to be continuing with the Interchange 5th edition level 1, the Red Book, and today we're going to be starting with Unit 15, the Part A. As always, we start with a language summary, the vocabulary for this lesson, okay? So let's start. To start, we're going to be seeing some leisure activities, but you may ask, what is leisure? Well, leisure is the time that you have to enjoy yourself. This is when you don't need to work or you don't need to study. This is time for yourself just to enjoy, to have fun. Maybe it can be going to a spa, being with friends, being with your family, having a lunch with your family, all of that. Okay, so let's see some of them. A barbecue, having a barbecue can be a good leisure activity. Going to a rock concert or any other concert. Going to a film festival, a festival where you watch films, you watch movies. Okay. Going to watch a baseball game or a soccer game or a football game or a basketball game or any other game can be a leisure activity. Going to watch a musical, seeing a dance performance or any other kind of performance, maybe singing or something. Going to a car race, going to a class reunion. This is the class of 2007. Going to a video game tournament or watching a video game tournament. In this case, they're watching the League of Legends World Championship. It's something that is really watched. I mean, look at this big stadium, all of them looking at 5 of 10 people playing against each other. It's really amazing. Okay, we're gonna be seeing some other words. The vocabulary for this lesson is not so long. An accident. This is an accident, for example. Address. The address is the street or city or place that a person resides. Basically where they live. Basically, the address is saying like, oh, in Santo Domingo, in a residential, in the street, what, and everything else. Okay, that is the address. We usually put it on mail. A meeting. A meeting is like a reunion for work or other things. A lamp post. This is a lamp post. It's a lamp that is a post, so we call it a lamp post. A motherboard. A motherboard is basically the main board or card that our computers use. And here we put all of the other components like the CPU, the RAM memory, the video cards, all of those stuff. A reaction. A reaction is basically how you behave after something happening. Maybe you can have different reaction for different things. If you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and the teacher tells you like, hey, let's start the class, this maybe is your reaction. Maybe when they ask you like if you did the homework, maybe this is your reaction. When they tell you that you have a surprise exam, maybe this is your reaction. When you see that you don't know anything on the exam, this may be your reaction. And after seeing that the teacher is not going to give you any points, this might be your reaction. But oh well, let's continue. A request, an act of asking politely or formally for something. A request is to ask for something in a good way, like to do something for you. For example, may I put this in the bin, please? May I put this, can I put this in the bin? Okay, we're gonna be talking about this later. Or in the next video, I don't remember correctly, but it's gonna be today or tomorrow. A security camera. This is a camera for security. It watches everything. And statement, a definite or clear expression of something in speech or writing. Basically, a statement is just like a sentence that says something that's supposed to be true, okay? For example, a thesis statement can be excessive meat consumption in America is the leading cause of pollution today and thus is a significant influence on global warming. So this is the thesis statement for maybe something of a project or of a university or college or something like that. A track it's the place where you run, like in a race. This is the track. Let's see some adjectives. We have something embarrassing. That is when you feel really bad for something that you did, and every time that you remember, you feel bad once again. Maybe this girl, when she remembers how bad she fell off on that cake, well, that was way too embarrassing. Fancy. Elaborate in a structure or decoration. Fancy is when you have a lot of passion, when something looks really good, or with a lot of preparation, basically. Let's see some verbs. Accept. When you accept is when you say like yes to something and you comply with what the other person is telling you. To refuse is the opposite of accept. It's maybe saying yes is accepting and saying no is refusing. No, thank you. I already have a date for that party. Oh, poor Susan. Capture. To capture, it can be, for example, to retain something. Like if you capture an animal, it's when you got it, you get it, and you don't let it go. But also a capture can be like a photo. For example, you can have a screen capture. Okay. Return. To return is to give back to something. You can return a gift to the sender or a mail to the sender, for example. To give. To give is when you have something and you hold it and you give it to another person. It's like when you transfer something from you to another person. To throw is to, this wall, you see this ball? It's going to go really far, like, okay, this kid is going to throw the ball. It's going to use his arm to get it far. Okay, now we're going to come back here when we get to the grammar. So let's jump right into let's jump right into the grammar for today. For the grammar for today, to the unit for today, the unit 15. It's called What Are You Doing Later? And in this unit for today, we're going to be discussing future activities and plan. To start, we're going to be seeing a snapshot that is quite interesting, and you maybe need to use it in English. How to decline an invitation politely. If you know, decline is when you don't accept. It's like refusing, okay? It's like someone invites you to something and you say, oh, a way to say no, but in a polite way, so the person doesn't feel bad, okay? Let's see this story. A friend has invited you to go out, but you can't make it. You can go there. Follow our advice and learn how you can decline an invitation politely and keep your friend. Because yes, you can lose friendships over these kind of things. To thank your friend, you can say, thanks so much for asking me. It sounds like a lot of fun. Thanks so much for the invite. You start by thinking, like, you need them to know that you actually would like to go there, but you're not in the position to go. You are not available. To apologize and explain why you cannot accept, you can say, for example, sorry, but I already have plans. Sorry, but I have something else going on that day. I'm sorry, but I can't make it. I'm really busy these days. Okay? And at the end, to offer another time to do something together, you can say, this week is crazy, but let's shoot for next week. Maybe another time? I'm free next week. Can I take a rain check? So, summarizing, a good way to decline an invitation is to, like, first of all, thanking the person for inviting you, then apologizing, saying sorry, and then telling why you cannot go. And if you really want the person to know that you actually would like to go but you can't, just arrange another time, go to another time, offer another time to do something together. Okay? But if it's the reason that you actually don't want to go and no time, it's better just to keep it here and hope that they understand that you don't want to go with them. But okay, this is really interesting. I might use it myself. Very good, very good. Okay, now let's listen to a conversation. In this conversation, they're gonna start using some things of the grammar, so you should be paying attention to it. And it's called, Are you doing anything tomorrow? Okay, you're gonna listen to both parts of the conversation, and after listening to the second part, you're gonna answer the questions, where are Alicia and Mike going to have dinner, and who are they going to meet for dinner? Okay, now let's listen.
Unit 15. What are you doing later? Page 100. Exercise 2. Conversation. Are you doing anything tomorrow? Part A. Listen and practice.
Hey, Mike. What are you doing tonight? Do you want to go see the new photo exhibit?
Thanks so much for asking me, but I can't. I'm gonna have dinner with my parents.
Oh, well, maybe some other time.
Are you doing anything tomorrow? We could go then.
Tomorrow sounds fine. I have class until 4.
So let's go around 5.
Okay. Afterward, maybe we can get some dinner.
Sounds great.
Page 100. Exercise 2. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. Where are Alicia and Mike going to have dinner? Who are they going to meet for dinner?
After the exhibit, do you want to go to the Korean house for dinner?
Sure. I love their food. We can go around 7. Look, there's Garrett. Maybe he can join us.
Yeah. Hey, Garrett. What are you doing tomorrow after class? Do you want to go to a photo exhibit with me and Mike, then dinner at the Korean house? We're meeting at 5.
Oh, I have class till 6:30. But why don't I meet you for dinner later? Can you text me the address?
Sure.
Okay, very good. Now let's check the answers. Well, where are Alicia and Mike going to have dinner, and who are they going to meet for dinner? They're going to have dinner at the Korean house, and they're going to meet their friend Garrett for dinner. Okay, very interesting, very interesting. Well, today we're gonna have on the grammar something really interesting, and it's the future with present continuous and be going to. Different ways to talk in the future. And not only that, actually we're gonna be seeing multiple ways to talk about in the future, okay? So I have my material, as always here, the grammar, okay? And we're gonna be talking about the future in different ways. You know that we have future with will, future with going to, but we can also use the present continuous for the future. But you may say, well, why if this is present, how can we use future if it's present? But it's present continuous, so there is some things there, okay? So let's go one by one. We use will for future beliefs, opinions, hopes, and predictions specifically, okay? And a spontaneous decision or a promise. Basically, the most used for will is for talking about the future, for predictions, okay? Let's see some examples. United will win definitely tonight. Maybe this is a team. She will probably come with us. It's a prediction. It will probably rain tomorrow. It's also a prediction, and this is a hope, okay? And you can use it by just I, you, he, she, it with a, the pronouns. Then will have, okay? And for the negative, we use won't, okay? That is with will. With going to, we use it for plans, intention, and also predictions that are going to be like you're more sure about it. Going to is for something that is going to happen yes or yes, that it's a plan, an intention, okay? Let's see some examples. I am going to have a party on Friday, okay? You see, I'm going to have a party, it's a plan. I'm going to learn to drive. It's an intention. I think it's going to rain tomorrow. And that's also a prediction. What will be the difference between it will probably rain tomorrow and I think it's going to rain tomorrow? It depends. In this case, we have I think, okay? This is what's making it more of a prediction. If you say it's going to rain tomorrow, you're saying that it's happening yes or yes, okay? But yeah, you can say that going to can be used for predictions that you're more sure about it. And as always, remember that you use the pronoun, then the verb be, and then going to, okay? I am going to have, you're going to have, she is going to have, we are going to have, etc. Or I am not going to have, you aren't, we aren't, they aren't going to have, or she isn't, he isn't, he is not, he is not, they are not, etc., etc. Okay? Very good. But now, how can you use the future with present continuous? Well, you can use the present continuous also for plans, for social arrangements, and appointments. Okay? Let's see some examples. I'm having a party next Friday. Okay? In this case, we're using the present continuous. But since we're using a time frame, we're using expression of time, that's what is making it future. Okay? I am having a party. If you say only that and you don't mention next Friday, I am having a party, that is used present continuous. But since you're talking about a specific expression of time in the future, then you know it's future and you're also using the present continuous. I am having a party next Friday. Okay? I am taking my first driving lesson on Monday. Okay? On Monday and next Friday, it's what it's making it future, but the structure that you're using is present continuous. Okay? That is how you make the future with present continuous, by after saying a sentence in present continuous, using a time expression for that. Okay? Really easy. And, we start with the pronouns, I, you, he, she, it with a, and the verb be, am, are, or is, and then the present continuous verb. I am having, you are having, they are having, we are having, she is having, it is having, he is having, etc. Okay? Very good. Now, let's see the grammar that we have here. Okay? With present continuous, what are you doing tonight? Here, the time expression is tonight. Since we already know that it's talking about tonight, we don't need to mention it again. I'm going to have a party. Or you can say, I'm going to have a party tonight. But that would be redundant. Are you doing anything tomorrow? Tomorrow, the time expression. No, I'm not. Or no, I'm not doing anything tomorrow. Okay? And would be going to plus the verb. What is she going to do tomorrow? This is something that you already know. She's going to see a play. Are they going to see the photo exhibit? Yes, they are. Or yes, they are going to see it. Okay? Some other time expressions can be tonight, tomorrow, on Friday, this week, next week, at 7. But if you use a specific time, you need to make sure that the time hasn't come yet. Okay? So for example, if right now it's 10 a.m. in the morning and I want to talk and I use the time expression 8 o'clock at night, then that would be correct. What are you doing tonight? Or what are you doing at 8? Well, I'm going to have a party, for example. I'm using present continuous, but since we already know the time expression is in the future, then it's future with present continuous. Okay? Very good. So just remember, the going to, you already know that, for the future. And if you want to use future with present continuous, you need to have a time expression on the future. Okay? Very good. I hope that you understand that. And to check that, we're gonna be having an exercise here. Really interesting. First, you're gonna complete the invitations in column A with the present continuous use as future, and the column B with going to. Okay, so all of this you're gonna use the present continuous, and all of this you're gonna use the going to. Both of them in future, and then after that you're gonna match the invitations of column A with the responses in column B. Okay, very good. Take your time to do all of that, and after you finish, we're gonna check all of the answers. Okay, finished? Let's check. Let's start with part A. Okay, what are you doing tonight? Would you like to go out? Are you doing anything on Friday night? Do you want to see a movie? We're having friends over for a barbecue on Sunday. Would you and your parents like to come? Are you staying in town next weekend? Do you want to go for a hike? I am going to be here on Saturday, but not Sunday. Let's try to go on Saturday. Well, my father is going to visit my brother at college, but my mother and I are going to be home. We'd love to come. Sorry, I can't. I'm going to work late tonight. How about tomorrow night? Can we go to a late show? I'm going to stay at the office till 7. Okay? Very good. If you have those answers, very good. You have it correct. Now, if you didn't do it, take your time to check to match the invitations with the responses, okay? Let's see. Number 1C, number 1, okay? Would you like to go out? Sorry, I can't. I'm going to work late tonight. How about tomorrow night? Very good. 2, it's D. So I don't need to read it again. You already know. 3, it's B. And 4, it's A. Very good. Very good. Now, for the last thing for today, we have a word power, free time activities and event. You're gonna complete this chart with words and phrases from the list. Then, if you want, add one more example to each category. We have sports and games, friends and family, and art and performances. And we have all of these things, okay? So take your time to put all of the things of the list in the correct column, okay? Now, let's check. For the sports and games, we have a soccer game, a video game tournament, a car race, a baseball game, and a football game that can be an optional one, okay? For friends and family, we have a birthday party, a class reunion, a barbecue, a wedding, a beach party that can be the optional one, okay? And for the art and performances, we have a rock concert, a musical, a film festival, a hip-hop dance performance, and as an optional, an opera. Okay, very good. I hope that you liked the class for today. It was good. It wasn't as long as it uses to be, the first parts, but it's because next time we're going to be seeing lots of stuff, okay? So I hope that you like this class, and see you in the next time. Bye.